So, a matured white man, an adult, someone's father, somebody's husband, sat down, came into a conclusion in his car that yes, he can stare into our faces as black people and tell us the facts. And guess what the fact is? That we, black people, are racist. He said, and I quote, black people are even more racist than white folks. And when I was trying to wrap my head towards everything he said, I was trying to see where black people actually have the power to be able to be high racist profiled to white folks. But up till now, I have not gotten the answer. But anyways, I will let the clip roll out for you guys so that you guys can actually see. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode, because other white folks actually have what they actually want to say, and even black folks. So let's watch this video and let's come to a conclusion in the comment section. And I'll be back with commentaries. Let's just get right into it.
Music that loud, and I can feel it in my car. And I couldn't even talk to myself.
So you say black people are racist?
Oh, more than white people, no doubt. And y'all are babies. We've had the Vietnamese have been here for 50 years, and they're all educated with good jobs. They don't have all the problems y'all have. That's the difference.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, y'all are problems in this country. There's all this shit with y'all burning places and rioting and then stealing other people's property. Do you see any white people doing that?
Are you serious?
Do you see any Vietnamese doing that?
I promise I think I'm dreaming right now. Are you seriously having this conversation?
This is the United States of America, and we're getting tired of this shit.
So what are you trying to say, man?
What I'm trying to say is you're disrespectful. You could be a white person, and I would have said the same thing.
I'm disrespectful. I just pulled up to the store.
Music like that.
I just pulled up to the store.
So you know what you're doing.
How am I being disrespectful?
Because that music is so loud, I couldn't even talk on the phone.
Man,
that's disrespectful.
I'm just getting up. What you mean?
You what?
I'm just waiting up.
Dude, you're gonna get yours. Believe me.
Hold on. Are you threatening me or something?
No, I'm not threatening you.
You said what I'm getting in?
You're gonna get in trouble. In this country,
what am I gonna get?
What we're gonna get is
you
jail.
drunk, huh?
We're gonna get prison. You start that looting. I notice y'all not doing that in Houston.
Who is y'all, man?
Y'all is black people.
Hey, man, look here. Keep it.
I look at the TV and all I see looting is black people. That's all I see. The demonstrators.
Your people just killed 2 of your people.
What?
Yeah.
Y'all people just killed 2 of y'all people.
Your people. Your people.
I'm Hispanic.
Well, whatever you are.
Yeah, I'm Hispanic. And
I don't care whatever you are.
Mexicans come here, they don't loot.
Racist?
You black people are the racists. Y'all do things and you wonder why you're disrespected.
Are you serious?
You're playing your music that loud, and I can feel it in my car. And I couldn't even talk to myself.
So you say black people are racist?
Oh, more than white people, no doubt. Yeah, y'all are problems in this country. There's all this shit with y'all burning places and rioting and then stealing other people's property. Do you see any white people doing that?
How many do you want? I can do this all day. Stop pretending white people do not steal too.
How white women lose.
So the man who posted this video that I saw, I think he forgot the words, like he stated yesterday about the black kids. These white kids' mothers, it's their fault, the reason why they're acting like this. Their kids, they should have kept the father in the household.
I saw all this, my perspective changed, because I know that Jim Crow era never ended. Racism never ended. It just evolved into what we now have as the new Jim Crow, modern day slavery.
Every time I look up, I see a cop has killed a black man, or a black child, or a black child was walking through white neighborhood and he's unalive because the white man said he killed him because he looked suspicious in his neighborhood. And now they're starting up Jim Crow, legalizing it. So if white kids were getting killed by the police, or they were walking down a white neighborhood and they look suspicious, and so the white man kills them and the kids start rioting because they started Jim Crow and everything else on the white people, do you think they would react the same way, judging from the very first person in the video? Because the white kids, nothing's happening to them, but they're still rioting and stealing themselves. So I can't really sit there and say I blame the black kids for doing what they're doing. I'm not stating that what they're doing is right, but what I am stating is that people are leaving them only one door. You know what I'm saying? Because they're putting Jim Crow on them and trying to bound them into slavery, modern day slavery. You know what I'm saying? How are these modern day kids going to react? Next subject.
For any Muslim. Did Muhammad himself know what Allah would do to him? That's the million-dollar question that we need to ask the shuyukh, maybe a sheikh from Al-Azhar, or maybe a student of knowledge, or a Muslim apologist who can answer this question. Because if we go to the Quran, we see that Muhammad did not know. If we switch a slide here, we see in Surah Al-Ahqaf, ayah 9, that we see here on the screen, it says, Muhammad saying, Allah saying to Muhammad, say, قُلْ ya Muhammad, right? In context, I am not a new thing among the messengers, meaning Muhammad is not the first or not the first messenger to come and deliver the message from God. I.e., I'm not the first messenger, nor do I know what will be done with me or with you. Wait a second. According to the Quran, if we show the next slide, in Surah An-Najm, for example, it says, وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ, meaning Muhammad is basically the walking, talking divine revelation from Allah. But how does
He's the
Muhammad...
mouthpiece of God. He is the mouthpiece
Exactly.
of God. Yeah.
So everything that comes out of his mouth should be divine revelation from Allah through Jibreel to Muhammad. So should Allah not have told his supposed best creation, the final prophet, the seal of all the prophets, that you're going to be guaranteed of heaven? But here, Muhammad clearly states in Surah Al-Ahqaf, ayah 9, that he does not know what Allah would do to him. And that's a really damaging statement that we see here in the Quran.
That's
so
true,
how
brother.
do the Muslims...
So we know Muhammad was not the first prophet or messenger, but we know Adam was the first messenger because he spoke to God. And he was the first messenger to relay the message to Eve that they should not eat or partake of the forbidden fruit, in which they did. So the first man, Adam, was made of a soul or flesh. When he passed away, his body became dust and his spirit went back to heaven to where God is, and it became a quickening spirit. So the first man, Adam, was a living soul, and the second man, Adam, became a quickening spirit. It also says that the first man, Adam, came as flesh. The second man, Adam, is the Lord from heaven. He became a new creature.
Here's the definition of Lord: someone or something having power, authority, or influence, a master or ruler.
Whom we know is Jesus Christ, who has told us the way to get to heaven is to obey the commandments or the laws that have been given upon you. For that's what he told the rich man. And he loved the rich man because the rich man said he grew up under these laws. And he told the rich man, well, then sell all your items and give it to the poor, and these shall store up things in heaven for yourself, riches in heaven for yourself. So if we know that Jesus was a quickening spirit, you know those people that pass away and their blood is still crying out? Because you know people who die of natural causes, they're asleep. they know nothing. But the ones that are unalived and their blood is still crying out to the Lord, and you can still speak to them and ask them about the past and everything because they're not at rest. Well, if Jesus is a quickening spirit, you know how people would see ghosts and stuff and they would throw stuff at ghosts because they knew someone passed away in that house. Like they would say like 10 bad things happened to 10 people in that house, and they start to see those people and they throw stuff at them and it goes right through them. Well, that's a spirit there, right? So if Jesus was a quickening spirit, then you got everybody's under the illusion that he died. He never died but one time, and that was when he was Adam. Right? So we are under the illusion that he literally passed away. Now, his flesh, he might have gotten flesh and his flesh passed away, but his spirit didn't pass away. Right? So he never died. Jesus never died. We're under illusion, or we're deceived that Jesus passed away, because what does the word say? That God will hide you. He will hide you. So if you're hidden in a place, then your eyes could deceive you. You know what I'm saying? But it keeps you safe. So don't get me wrong. Jesus did go through Mary and come out as flesh, right? But when his flesh passed away, he wasn't just stuck in that area where he was at. He didn't go into a deep slumber and not know anything. His blood did cry out for a few days, but he was still able to get up because he was a quickening spirit. Why? Because he was a quickening spirit the whole time. You can't kill a quickening spirit, not unless you're God. You know what I'm saying?
You made the statement that black people can't be racist. First of all, do you believe that?
Yeah. Black people cannot be racist. Racism is an institution. It's not a feeling. It's not a word. So black people cannot be racist because there is nothing that black people can do that will put white people on a lower level than them. Okay. And that's what racism is. Racism is a system that's going to disenfranchise you. It's going to take away opportunities from you. Black people cannot do that to white people in this country. I'm not even going to say in this country, all over the world, that's not going to be a thing.
If a black person went outside and saw a white person there and called him a cracker, would that make him racist?
No. Cracker is not dehumanizing. There is not one word that a black person can call a white person that's dehumanizing.
Do I understand that black people are racist and violent towards white people? They target the weak, not me. Stop feeding racism. That comment is so stupid, I literally feel bad for your dog. I mean, you've sent me like 7 long messages. You want my attention. You've got it. You've called me the problem. You said the young generation are a problem. You've called black Americans racist. You've said all these people are racist. And then you go on in your comments to say most people aren't racist. Now, you're trying to preach this we don't see color, I don't see color thing, which is absolutely the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I absolutely see color. I used to be one of those idiots who said I didn't, and I didn't understand how offensive those words can be to a person of color. Because I've got almost 100,000 comments on my videos, and do you know what I have never seen? I have never seen a person of color say, I don't see color. Hello? Do you realize for so long in this country, people who look like me treated people of color subhuman or less than, right? And you got to understand, people I have never met and will never meet and don't know pick this fight. And you're like, well, I didn't know him. Don't you understand? If somebody had shot my grandpa and I was a little boy and I was devastated and went through that, I very well could be a man who might grow up and want to take vengeance for that. And then that gets passed on generationally. And now we get to a point in white America where we say, well, I don't see color. You're literally minimizing someone's heritage. You find anybody, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Guatemalan, African, Asian, Native American, white, Irish, Italian, Spanish, any heritage in America, and we're all proud of our heritage. Why can't we acknowledge that heritage, but just show love and respect equally? And you think I use this under the guise of racism that I'm pandering? For what? I publicly outed myself as a former racist. What am I pandering to? I'm just trying to be transparent and show respect and love for people who don't look like me and all the contributions they've made to improve all of our lives. And that's wrong. Now, sweetheart, if that word offends you, kick rocks. I'm from the South. I say that and darling a lot. I've got over, was it 500,000 likes that agree with what I'm saying, that in these 4 videos that, hey, there's truth to that. I also say if. I give everybody an out. I also hand everybody a paintbrush. And you, darling, took it and painted yourself into an itty bitty tiny corner. Now, I don't know you, and I'm never going to say you're part of the problem, but I'm going to say you're not really helping with the solution. Think about that. Have a great weekend.
You ever heard the turn of phrase, you caught the right one on the wrong day? You just did. I just sat and watched a video of white men that look just like you, proclaiming themselves to be Nazis, marching in a park in Florida. We're not playing this all lives matter bullshit when it comes to racism. I'm not doing that with y'all. I'm sorry. I don't care. I do not care. Historically, black people can be prejudiced. We cannot be racist because we do not have a power structure in place that can oppress you or do anything to you. Nothing. Y'all can play that. Well, Merriam-Webster can kiss my black ass. I don't give a fuck. Merriam-Webster, all lives matter racism, so some of you bastards would feel better. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that anymore. We had Nazis standing in front of fucking Disneyland, and you want to come here with this bullshit? You can go on with that, bro. Take it back to wherever the fuck you found it and get 15 cents on the dollar for it, because I'm not playing with y'all no more. I'm not. I just sat here and watched this. There is a fucking white supremacist prison gang that's recruiting on this fucking social media application. And you want to tell me, well, all lives can be raped. Kiss my ass. Oh, you're in an interracial relationship. And I'm pretty sure she goes for this shit too. I don't care. I don't. I'm not centering your fucking white male fragility feelings anymore. And I don't think anybody else should either. Fuck out of here with that. Nah. With the rise in hate crimes that's going on in 2022 and 2023, and you want to talk to me about, well, you called me a snow otter. I felt you're being racist. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Because I'm going to start asking y'all for equivalents. That's what I'm going to ask y'all for. So y'all like to go by what the dictionary says. I like to go by history. I'm a funny way. I do funny things that way. Where in history have white people been the victims of racism? Where? Where's the 4 white girls got blown up in a church by 2 black guys? Where's it at? Did you know white people here on this continent used to lynch Italians? They lynched Mexicans, immigrants. They lynched Chinese people. Where is the equivalent? Where's the white guy being lynched by all of them? Where it at? Where it do? Where it do? It don't exist. You ain't got to search. It don't exist. So no, just because somebody called you a fucking snow otter does not mean you have experienced racism and now you can march in the civil rights movement. I'm sorry. Fuck out of here. We're done playing. I'm sorry. There are people on this social media application selling N-word passes. And you want to come talk to me about your fragile fucking feelings. I'm sorry, no. No. Sundays usually are a day for God. That means you truthfully talk to your Lord. So I'm going to start making Sundays truthful Sundays. And the truth you need to hear is this. You have never experienced racism. Never. Your girlfriend or wife or whoever that is, she has. Because I'm pretty sure some of your family members were not really happy with your choice in mate. Now, were they? Had some choice words, didn't they? Didn't they? You have never experienced racism. You are a white man. America was centered and catered on you. Not on me. Not on the Mexican man that you swear took me a gerb. You. That's why you don't believe in white privilege. I've had to work all my life. Yeah, and you never had to worry about the burden of being stopped by the cops and maybe not going home. Unless you're doing something crazy, and even then they'd be like, hey, guy, calm down. The entire fucking power structure of this fucking country was catering to you. And now all of a sudden you want to be the victims too? Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not playing with y'all no more. Sorry, not playing with y'all anymore. I literally just sat here and watched a goddamn video where a bunch of Nazis marched in a park in Florida and said, we are everywhere. And yeah, you want to come over here and throw out you called me a snow roach. I experienced rape. Bye. Go over there. Go stand in the corner. Get your ass off your shoulder. Get the fuck out of my face. I ain't playing with y'all no more. I'm not. So no, you're white. You've never experienced racism. You've experienced fucking prejudice, but you have never experienced racism. They are not the fucking same. They're not. Prejudice is prejudging. And that means absolutely nothing. Nothing. Prejudice plus power equals racism. And I'm not playing with y'all anymore. I'm not fucking around. Y'all can keep that bullshit all lives matter fucking Merriam-Webster's fucking definition of racism all the fuck you want. Hold on to it. I hope it keeps you warm at night. But in the fucking reality where the rest of us live and our fucking feet are on the goddamn ground, you, as a white man, have never experienced racism. You ain't Steve Martin in a jerk. Get the fuck out of my face, man.
I said it before, and I'm going to say it again because my last page got deleted. Look, I don't want to see no white people on my timeline. I don't believe y'all. I don't trust y'all. I know y'all don't like us. I know y'all only tolerate us because it's the law. Because if slavery was back into the law, y'all would be the first ones signing up trying to see how y'all would get y'all a slave. I don't trust y'all at all. I don't want to see none of y'all on my timeline. I know some of y'all are not racist, but majority of y'all are. If you were raised and taught in America, the great Jane Elliott said, you're racist. Because the systems in America is racist. Racism is not just calling somebody a name and calling somebody. That's prejudice. Racism is a system. And until you can dismantle it by using your privilege and speaking out and marching on the streets and calling your family members and friends out, I don't want to see none of y'all on my timeline. I appreciate the folks that's speaking out and trying to be woke and trying to awaken your counterparts, but I honestly don't want to see y'all on my timeline. I immediately not interested, because it's been going on too long. Come on now, I'm 36 years old and we still dealing with racism in 2025? Come on now, you still judging people by their skin color? Come on! That is a mental illness. Something is seriously wrong with your community where you are judging a whole other community based on the way that they look, based on the way that God created them to be. But you call yourself a Christian nation, but you're judging people the way that God made them? Something's not right. Something's not right. And I'm concerned. And I don't want any involvement. I don't want to see you all on my timeline. I don't want to be gaslit anymore. We know what's going on. You know what's going on. And we need you to speak up. Call these people out. I'm tired of seeing these videos on my timeline where we're being harassed and traumatized by your people. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
I feel like, yeah, only white people can be racist because they're like the only people that that cause racism. They made the slavery.
Do you think that only like black people have experienced racism?
Well, black people, Asian people. Some people say that black people are racist towards white people. I don't really think that's true.
Well, what do you think if a black person says, I hate white people? Would you say that that's a racist statement? I've heard black people say that before. Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Is it racist if I say I hate black people?
Yeah.
So why is it not racist if I say I hate white people?
Because y'all were never slaves.
Irish people have been slaves. Jewish people who aren't usually considered white. I mean, you know, the Holocaust.
Yeah. For example, like police. I feel like police would keep an eye on black people more.
Do you kind of think about maybe why that might be, that maybe it's not racism, maybe it's the fact that, you know, we talk about white people killing black people, but actually it's 95% of black people, they're killed by other black people. With that statistic, these areas are more heavily policed.
Well, you can't really argue with statistics. There definitely is issues within the community. That's a big topic I hear a lot of people talk about too. I agree with that.
I think there are some bad cops, and there are some good ones that actually do try. And of course, there's cops that are black as well, right? Yeah. Maybe it's just not fair to kind of group all people together, like you said earlier. Right. To say like, oh, all white people are racist, because not every white person has owned a slave. Not every white person has been racist.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yes, you read the title correctly. I don't care, I'ma say it now. I think it's absolutely outrageous how my own people, by the way, I'm black. I don't understand why my own people are racist to white people. We have movements of being anti-racist, and slavery is taught to everyone in primary school, secondary school. Okay, alright, cool. We are no longer in slavery times, right? But I don't care if I'm the first to say this. Black people are racist to white people. I don't know why it's so normalized for a white girl to be shamed by a black girl. I made a TikTok talking about the worst hair types, and everyone in the comments was saying I took my like away as soon as I saw the worst one. I said the worst one was 4C hair, and the others were more straight, more Caucasian, like people would say, style of hair. In the comments, I saw people of color just taking the piss out of white people. Now listen, the term white boy or white girl is said way too much. But as soon as someone turns around and says black girl, black boy, now it's a problem. A black person can describe someone as a white boy, white girl. But when it comes to a white person saying, oh, that's a black girl, that's a black boy, you all become so defensive. Racism from black people to white people is too normalized and it needs to be stopped. I have friends that their parents won't even allow them to marry a white girl. This is going way too far. How can you judge someone just because of their skin tone, bro? Racism goes both ways, but then when it comes to a black person being racist to a white person, it's normal. But then when it's a white person being racist to a black person, cancelled.
10 things white people say to black people that are racist, even if they don't realize it. You're so articulate. Why is it racist? It assumes that black people are generally expected to be less intelligent or incapable of speaking well. Complimenting basic communication feels patronizing and reveals a biased, low expectation. I don't see color. Why is it racist? It erases the lived experiences of black people, including the discrimination they faced. Ignoring race doesn't solve racism. It ignores its impact. Can I touch your hair? Your hair is so exotic. Why is it racist? Black hair isn't an exhibit for public curiosity. This fetishization reduces a black person to an object of fascination, ignoring their humanity. Where are you really from? Why is it racist? It implies that black people can't truly be American, are British, etc., and perpetuates the idea that they don't belong. You're pretty for a black person. Why is it racist? It generalizes all black people into a monolithic group based on harmful stereotypes. Black people are individuals, not a hive mind. I have black friends, so I can't be racist. Why is it racist? Having black friends doesn't absolve someone of racism, nor does it mean they understand or even respect black experiences. It often comes off as a deflection rather than addressing someone's problematic behavior. You're not like other black people. Why is it racist? This is a backhanded insult to the broader black community, reinforcing negative stereotypes while positioning the individual as an exception. Slavery was a long time ago. Why don't you just get over it? Why is it racist? It dismisses generational trauma and systemic inequalities rooted in slavery and ongoing racism, showing ignorance of history and its ongoing effects. All lives matter. Why is it racist? It dismisses specific struggles black people face by undermining the purpose of Black Lives Matter to address racial inequality and police brutality. Saying all lives matter ignores these disparities. Comments like these often come from ignorance, not malice, but it doesn't make them less harmful. These statements invalidate, stereotype, and patronize black people and perpetuate the very biases many of them claim they do not have. It's important to listen, learn, and engage with humility to avoid unintentionally reinforcing racism.
Anyways, welcome back. That is all the clips I got for you guys. So this man literally said that we are the problem, that people that look like me are actually the problem. People that look like me are the ones committing the crimes. People that look like me are the ones that are being active in every single crime. People that look like me, in fact, he even wished for us to be thrown into jail. He even wished for us not to even exist, as far as I'm concerned, right? Because if you watch from every single part of the clip of the video that he actually said, it's such an amazing thing. But let's do some breakdown analysis. Just within the last 31 days, or within the last, let me say, let's increase it a bit, within the last 60 days, a lot of people that have been able to commit more of the pew-pew and every single thing that this man actually mentioned were white folks. So where is his analysis coming from? And if you watch from what he's saying, you can see the furiousness and the hatred that he instantly have for black people. You can see that this man, if he was given the opportunity to cast us into hell, it won't take him 2 seconds. He would just do that. That is the level that some of them has actually gotten to. That is the level that some of them have actually wished to place black folks. That is why some of them can come here and be like, there is nothing good that should happen to us. But you know the joy of all these videos I'm filming today, and why I'm not so upset about it, is that some of the white folks also say their own parts. Black people can never be racist. They can never be racist, as far as I'm concerned. Do you know the annoying, or why am I saying annoying? Do you know the amazing part of these people is that they have every single thing that gives them every single privilege, but the little we have is still sucking up their blood. The little we have still pains them. The little we have, they still wish they could have it. They still wish we don't even get a chance to talk. They still wish we don't even get a chance to express ourselves. They still wish we don't even get a chance to get common education. All in the name of trying to make sure that they are the best people and we are the worst creatures. Even when we mind our business, even when we don't want to talk, even when we don't want to interact, even when we want to go our separate ways, they will still look for a way to drag us into their mess. Anyways, I wish them to live long and prosper to see what black people are actually going to become. Because we're already building nations, we're already building people that is already making the black community proud. Now, when you check the second clip that guy actually played, you can see that every single thing he mentioned, we have 1 or 2 scenarios of their white folks actually doing it. Is this not God in action? Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in today's episode. And this is just for educational purposes, not to come here and bash anyone. With that being said, with no further ado, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.